Now Fords always upgraded the Endeavour to keep it fresh and appealing. First there was the 2.5 litre CRDI, then came along the 3 litre CRDI, backed as the Thunder, Thunder Plus, and of course along with that there was a facelift. But now this Endeavour behind me is a new variant, but I actually feel it's been downgraded a bit to make it more appealing. How exactly is that? Well, let's find out in a nutshell. The Endeavour has been a hot favourite thanks to its butch looks and incredible road presence. This variant is no pushover either. Actually, it's just as intimidating as nothing has changed on the outside. Though when you get inside, you'll notice some bits have gone missing. There you see, now that's one of the big changes here. You don't have that big touchscreen here on the dashboard, which was used for navigation, it was used for your music system, it was also used for your rear view camera, which was really handy on a car that's this long. So those things I think will be sorely missed. The DVD player with a flip down screen is still there and other features remain the same. Which means there's good space in the first and second row of seats, though you do sit a little low. To stretch your legs, just hit the road as this Endeavour retains the meaty 3 litre TDCI motor. That means there's 153 bhp and a hefty 33.6 kgm on tap. The 5-speed automatic gearbox has also been carried over. But there is something missing. So there's a feature missing that will mean nothing for most and everything for some. That's because this doesn't have 4-wheel drive. Which means you'll often come to a tempting dirt road and wonder whether you can afford to kick up some dirt. Wandering into the unknown in a 2-wheel drive, 2-ton SUV requires caution. But when you do, you'll realize that the Endeavour 2-wheel drive is also up for some trials and the trails. Only remember, you don't have a safety net anymore. We all know that most people don't take their SUVs hardcore off-roading, so the bright side of not having 4-wheel drive is that this Endeavour is lighter, which means you'll have better performance on road. This 2-wheel drive Endeavour is almost 90 kilos lighter. In our tests, it managed to hit 60 from standstill in 4.97 seconds. 100 came up in a pretty impressive 12.3 seconds as well. That means it is quicker than the 4-wheel drive variant by a fair margin. The engine though is just as audible as before, the clatter only smoothing out a bit on the highway. At lower speeds, the 2-wheel drive now also feels a bit more responsive. Put your foot down at 20 km an hour and the Endeavour will hit 80 in 7.52 seconds. Similarly, from 40 to 100, it takes only 9.76 seconds now. The gear changes on the automatic box are smooth, though I do wish kickdowns were a bit quicker. And there is something you need to watch out for. When you lift off the throttle, the clutch actually disengages, which means you're just coasting while the engine is idling. So if you want to slow down, you don't have engine braking, you have to resort to braking hard, which can be a little tricky at times. So is the 2-wheel drive Endeavour the de facto Endeavour to buy? So the 2-wheel drive version of the Endeavour is better in terms of performance, drivability, and will be better in terms of fuel efficiency as well. It also comes with a lower price tag by 1.14 lakh rupees as compared to the 4-wheel drive version. Of course, it does miss out on the convenience features like the rear view camera, the touchscreen system for navigation, for the music system, and of course off-road ability. But if you want to save up on that cash, this is just as good as any other Endeavour. But very importantly, what this 2-wheel drive variant is going to do is prove that the 4x4 version is a pretty good deal.